8, 9, 10. We are the Highway Patrol station in Hanford, California. Getting the juice, getting juiced up. Had 12. I'll show you right here. I had 12 kilowatt hours. And so I went all the way to Lemoore. And when I got there, the machine shut off. So obviously there's some prick shutting the machine off. Obviously, there was nothing wrong with the machine. It looked perfectly fine. It said available. So obviously there's some prick effing with this crap. Remember how David Icke said they can just shut off your chip? Because the machine looks perfectly fine. Doesn't look abused or anything. The screen's working, everything. So went all the way up there and had to turn around and come all the way back. So now it's going to take me even longer because there's some prick doing this crap. So I hope somebody discourages that bitch. If it's a bitch or a freaking prick, give them just exactly what they're giving the people for no reason. Freaking devils. But these people, so you can see there's 7.2. So I'm going to be here for a minute. I'm going to let it juice up to 16, and if it goes up to 17, I'm going to let it get up to 17. I don't remember if it goes to 16 or 17. It's at 30, no, it's at 40%, 50% capacity right now. It's at 50% capacity, so we got about 30% more to go. And it's at 5.3 kilowatts, charging at 5.3 kilowatts. So I'd say probably like 45 minutes. 45 minutes to maybe 55 minutes, and it should be all juiced up. But yeah, there was a car there. There was a BMW, and it was sitting besides this other car that was sitting in there with nobody in it. They just leave the cars there. They need to put a sign up here saying, get your ass out of the freaking way if you're not charging your car. So I walked up and I looked at the fast charger, and someone was charging on it, a BMW, and they were up to like 80%. And I was like, there's no telling when this person's going to pull out. And I was 79%. And so, I mean, they could have sit there and charged up to 100%. And so I didn't want to sit there and just wait. The days don't last very long. And so I don't want to get caught in the tully fog. So I said, F you, mofo. And I just came back down here. Now, I did notice they took another $25 out of my bank account. Right? I don't know why they keep doing that. It was the first time when I came over here. So I'm going to check my bank account again and see if they're not doing something stupid. Because obviously, there's some freaking prick up on the computer doing some stupid shit. That's too much of a strange coincidence, right? Because I got on here and I told you exactly what I'm going to do. So it's either a bitch or a freaking prick who's doing this stupid shit. So I'm up to 7.4 already, so it looks like it's charging pretty good. So I'm sitting here. I didn't get any. I should have got something to bring with me. I'm in here, but while I was in Lemoore, I went by the car wash. I was about to wash it because, you know, the front windshield is filthy. And I might stop through there on the way back. But when I got there, it was just like they had the whole freaking army there, right? So, you know, I just freaking hightailed it out of there. And um, went over, got the ice, went in there. The freaking cashiers have the attitude of a wet mop. There's that cat again. There's a cat that lives around here by the highway patrol station. And big fluffy cat. And yeah, they have the attitude of a wet mop. And so I got most of the stuff, but actually, to tell you the truth, I so freaking stupid. I forgot to stop by this one place and get something. Where's my grocery list? So I shelled out another $17. I got myself a guava kombucha, which are awesome. And I got myself the berry kombucha. It's a different brand. But this last berry that I got, kombucha, it was funky. So I'm going to try this one again and see what's going on with it. And so this helps pass the time making a video. And so I've got the car on, so I might as well be charging the phones. You know, I didn't know if you can have the car on, if it's good to have the car on while you're charging. Let me see. Okay, this phone is good. This phone, the battery has not degraded at all. So all you have to do to see the difference between a battery that degrades and a battery that doesn't is take this battery out. I bet you it's a Samsung battery. And take another. Oh, it fell down on the floor. Is the signal any good? Is the signal any good? The damn phone's been down on the floor. And take one of these and take the battery out, and that'll tell you what a crappy battery is. This is a freaking crappy ass battery. This one has degraded practically zero, and I've had it the longest. The Samsung. So let me start charging this one. This is my main phone. But the camera is awesome on here. The camera is freaking light years better than the camera on this one. Don't ask me why. But I think this is actually Toshiba in disguise, because they always made their stuff to run hot. Don't ask me why. Okay, so there's our main phone, and then we can charge up one more. We can charge up one more device, and I don't want to plug it into that because it's too difficult to get to it. Let me see how much juice I got left on this one. It doesn't say. Hello, people in the comments. Okay, I guess I'm getting juiced up there. Riders on the Storm. Okay. James. What's up, Jimmy? And Jose. I seen you in here before, Jose. Okay. So, bunch of dudes in here. I don't have no technical dude type stuff for you. That's how come it does not show me what the percentage of charge is on this damn phone. That's weird. Okay, well, I'll just put it like this, and if it screws up the cable, so what? Okay, so I take it my signal is good. I'm sitting out here at the this is a motel. It's a motel, and it's right next door to the highway patrol. There's another black cat. This place has all kinds of cats. I'm guessing the highway patrol feeds them. That's what I'm guessing. Then all the guests, because they come over here to the guests, and then they go back to the highway patrol station where it's nice and safe, huh? Um, so let me just check my signal, make sure everything's on the up and up. Yeah, 8 miles over there, 8 miles back. So that lost 4 kilowatts. Not to mention all the time over there, all the time back, then all the time to charge. Because of some freaking bozo clown messing around. Well, I blame it also on the city of Lemoore for not having freaking chargers. Right? I had to come all the way back to Hanford to the nearest charger. She told me, said nearest charger. I said, so I got to go back to Hanford, right? She says, yeah. Isn't that pathetic? 2 freaking chargers. This charger right here, they have 2 of them. This place right here, this motel alone has 2, 4, 6. They have 16 in this motel alone. Roll out the window. Some idiots out there talking loud, like somebody wants to hear their stupidity. What the fool cannot understand, he laughs at, thinking by his laughter he shows superiority instead of blatant idiocy. Claude M. Bristol. Okay, let me check my signal. So the time is 2 o'clock, and I could have been halfway home already if it wasn't for these shenanigans going on. And if they had a CHAdeMO charger around here, that's one thing I can say. They need a CHAdeMO charger. I think they're on the way. They're building a whole bunch of new charge stations here in Hanford. I hope one's going to be a CHAdeMO. Most of them are CCS1 or CSS1. You know, I guess all the American manufacturers are using this. But yeah, like the one right across the street, it's a supercharger and it's CCS1. But here's the kicker. If you wanted to use an adapter, which I don't think is a good idea because it puts so much freaking leverage on there, right? That's not good. It's not good for the connections. But if you wanted to, they're almost $1,000 each. 800 and up. What kind of baloney is that? But I mean, you would want to keep one in your car, right? For a rainy day. I mean, you would want to keep one in your car. Like right now, you could go down there and charge on that CCS1, but the adapter is $800, and nobody's selling them used. There's no market. But that will change eventually. So it looks like my signal is good. I just look a little rough. And so those 2 things are charging. Got 2 loud mouths out there. As soon as they shut their damn mouth, I'll be able to roll the window down. What I should do is just get out here. Yeah, those cats live in the highway patrol station. And what I should do is get out here and clean the windows because I've got the cleaner to do it. But let me reset everything, because what the thing is, the reason why I have to top up all the way, which if I would have been able to use a charger in Lemoore, if they would freaking get off their ass and straighten up and fly right, whoever the freaking bozos are who are neglecting the community, I would have been that much closer. right? Two kilowatts. You're talking, these freaking clowns are right here behind me staring at me. You're talking when I'm fully charged, it's 16 kilowatts. And that's like 2 or 3 kilowatts closer to home. So from where I'm at here to make it home, a straight shot to make it home, it takes an extra, every kilowatt counts. Last time I made it home with, I think, 3 kilowatts. And by the time I got home, it was like 2.5 kilowatts, right? That's like 10 miles of range. And so that's why now I have to top up all the way, because it's uphill. Even though I had an extra 30 miles of range when I got here, it's because you can't tell, but it's downhill. So on the way back, you can't really tell, but you're going uphill from here. Just check your elevation. Do elevation of Hanford, then do elevation of Avenel, and that'll show you that you're going uphill. You're going from like 200 feet to 300 feet, I guess, right? Because it's going up the mountains and over the mountains, then starts going down to the ocean. And so, anywho, these freaking loudmouths leave. Freaking jokers. So, in a way, it's good. It verifies. It shows you what's going on. So, work it. Okay, so I got 3 sweet potatoes, because sweet potatoes are, I don't have an oven. If I had a oven, oh, happy day. There's so much stuff that I could make. Oh yeah, let me reset all this stuff as soon as I turn it off, because the battery's no good in it. Guess how much they want for the battery. And I really don't blame them, but it's just that I'm so poor that, and having an electronics background, I used to own a TV VCR repair shop, and I was an electronics technician at one time, and that it's difficult to shell out how much they want for the battery, but I can understand it, because it was absolutely top quality device. So I know that there's a battery out there for 10 times cheaper. You just got to find it. That's the thing. Or modify it. Just clip the wires, freaking solder it, and pop it back in there. No big deal. Piece of cake, as long as it fits. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. I still have a solder iron. I still have solder. I just don't have no heat shrink tubing. I threw it all away and burned it or something. But yeah, it's totally worth it, because it's totally a good machine. That's one of the best investments I've ever made. I've had it for like decades. I can't believe it. There's nothing made as good as this device. But still, I don't have the money for a battery. But as soon as you turn this off, it'll wipe out the GPS. This is an awesome GPS. And we're going home. Okay, so this is, how come it doesn't have my house on here? That's crazy. Oh, it should have my house on here. You could set it to home. But it's not on here. I have to re-enter them. That's crazy. It should have my address in here. So that's really weird. Okay, so let me just enter my address real quick. Okay. And what I need to do is set home to home when I get home. If I can remember how to do it. I don't remember how to do it right now. Okay, so different city. That's Coalinga. A-L-I. But it does have the updates. I know that because it never used to be able to find my home address, and now it does. Coalinga. Okay. Coalinga, California, and the address is 84. Done. Lost Hills Road. Yeah, but all these people, can't believe it, dude, have the attitude of a wet mop. That's terrible. Okay, it's saying that home is,
please drive to highlighted route
40 miles. So it's 37 miles to Avenel and then another 4 miles to home. And so I traveled 54 miles. So that was 14 miles extra. 7 miles to Lemoore and 7 miles back here. Pathetic. And we're in the 20th century. And these mofos only, well, now that's a real black cat right there. That's a dude black cat. You can tell. He looks like he's been getting in some scuffs. He's got like dirt right here. He looks kind of dusty. Where the other ones don't look like that. Now this one looks kind of rough. So yeah, that's probably a male cat coming to look for the other cat, but the other cat is in there in the highway patrol for safety from that clown, I guess. Yeah, so everything's good in the back. It's got the ice, but you know, here in California, it's a good thing. We moved to paper. We went back to paper bags like it was way back in the day when everything used to be in paper bags. Well, it's gone back to that now. So we have all paper bags. But the thing is that when you pour ice in it, then it wipes out the paper towels. Yeah, I'll just have to take my other bag that I've got here, take the cans out of it, and then put my stuff, my different refrigerated items, put it in the new bag, and then carry it into the house that way. So yeah, but that's good to get rid of all the plastic bags because they were just, you know, they were everywhere. And so I got the sweet potatoes, and if you don't have no sweet potatoes, go get you some sweet potatoes. Okay, and there's all kinds of different ways you can cook them. You can see right on YouTube. I didn't know that they were so easy to cook, and so I've been making them with molasses, and it's pretty knockout. You know, they say the medicinal qualities of them is really good, right? So I picked me up a couple, and I was surprised it only came out to $2. I was like, I should have bought some more. And so there's just 2 items that I was supposed to pick up, and I don't know if I'm going to pick them up on the way home, because if I wanted to, I could actually, if I wanted to, I could actually take off in like 15 minutes. I would imagine 15 minutes and go through Huron and then charge up there. But why? It's going to be the same amount of time. Might as well just let it fill up, right? It'll take like another half hour to get up to 16 kilowatts. And then there's a store I could stop by in Armona, but I'm kind of like reluctant to do that because the way the trip back is uphill, and I don't want to be sitting here making it back with 2 kilowatts left. So I want to top it up all the way. And so yeah, I got a few things back there, and I'm gonna take one of these things out of here. Vegetables. All that stuff is doing good. Where in the hell? I can't believe this shit. I'm gonna have to go back to Walmart. I cannot believe this shit. I cannot believe this crap. My Dave's Killer Bread is missing. Shit. I can't believe this shit, man. I can't believe it. That is so freaking effed up. And I went through the checkout line and everything, and they still didn't tell me. Can you believe that shit? Those mofos, dude. The stupid winch was sitting there acting like a freaking idiot. I'm walking out the door and they couldn't freaking let me know that I left the bread there. It's not even showing that I rang the bread up. Somebody must have came by and took the freaking bread. Damn, these fucking idiots, man. Charged me $3.60 for the sweet potatoes. It was 2 pounds at $1.74 a pound, so it wasn't $2 for the sweet potatoes. It was $3.60. That whole transaction was effed up. The machine shut down, and this stupid lady was talking like a freaking idiot. Right? Comes up and bothers you. Instead of waiting to let you do what you're doing, because I had to pay with 2 different cards, right? I put my first one on, and I'm getting ready to do the second one. Are you trying to use the machine? Are you trying to use the machine? All this instead of waiting for you to ask for help, right? And when you ask for help, then they turn around, they and walk off somewhere else. They're like freaking idiots. Now I got to go back and get the bread because I had to move all my stuff from this cashier, from this self-checkout. I had to move it clear over somewhere else. And she was sitting right there. I'll bet she saw the bread. And you can't get that bread in town. This is the only place you can get it. It's Dave's Killer Bread. Yeah, I know it's not on here because it's about $7. So I thought I was making it out, pretty good. It came out to like $35. See, 16, 32. No, 16, 16. No, that's more than that. It's almost closer to $40. This crap's expensive. You know what I should do? Well, I know the Dave's Killer Bread is good. And seeing that they're messing around with the products, they're putting stuff in bags that say organic. And we got no way to know if they're organic, right? I'm thinking they might be doing the same damn thing with the bread. So why should I go over and get this bread that's supposedly cheaper when we don't really even know who's testing them to make sure they're using good flour? So it's better for me to spend an extra $2.50 and get Dave's Killer Bread because I know that's real bread, not made with enriched flour. So I got the kombuchas. I got a red bell pepper because what they're supposed to be have all kinds of vitamins, but actually I heard dates. Dates? I heard those are loaded with all different kinds of vitamins. I just saw it today on Facebook. Has potassium, copper, zinc, all different kinds of stuff. It has like 12 different vitamins on there. But I did get the organic pickles this time. Last time they didn't have them. So I got the organic pickles and they cost twice as much as the other ones. But I'm going organic with everything because F these mofos, dude. They're trying to poison your ass. And they're doing a good job of it. Of poisoning the people. Just look around you. Giving them the H word, the D word, and the O word. That's their bread and butter. So I don't know how I will make the peppers. Oh, with potatoes. Make the potatoes with. I did not get the corned beef this time because I was trying to make it out there without spending too much money. So as far as meat, I just have to eat the fish, which I'm not going to be getting my tilapia from Walmart no more. It's too small. It's better just get it from Avenel. Costs a little more, I think, but the fish are bigger than the small little tilapias they give you. Oh, there's only 4 in a pack. There's only 4 tilapias in the pack, and so I just get those from town. And I got me some sauerkraut. It's the kind that has a lot of salt, but hey, we'll deal with it. I just cut it down with some water. And but as far as meat, I didn't get any meat. It would be nice to get some grass-fed meat. They got it here, but it's kind of expensive. And so I've got some roast beef. I've still got the roast beef from the hot sticks I was making. It's roast beef with tons of butter and tons of uh, cheddar cheese. But the tortillas, they're bullshit. I will not buy those tortillas anymore. I think they're clowning the people. Nobody's testing them. I think they're using regular freaking jacked up freaking flour, enriched flour, which they do not use in Europe. They don't use enriched flour. Enriched flour is for freaking zombies. And so yeah, JFK needs to send somebody down there to test these tortillas that are in Walmart. They're coming from Georgia. Okay, they're called, I better not say the brand, they could get me for defamation or something. But they're the ones in Walmart. They say organic on it, and they're nasty, and they need to freaking test them because I don't think they're using organic flour. And so maybe I will go by there and get that sourdough. But Dave's Killer Bread costs a little bit more, but yeah, I'll just go with the Dave's Killer Bread. And that's it. So let's check, see where we're at on the charger. Yeah, and I need to reset all my settings here. 56 miles, we got 40 miles to make it back home. So we'll reset this. Okay, we're all set there. And it's showing 54 miles on the dashboard. Let me see what Leaf Spy says. Then I'll take a look at there's a black cat there, there's a black cat over there. There's black cats everywhere. There was that one that was like a little bit brown and big fluffy one. And then all the rest are black cats. There's one right here. There's one crossing the street over there. There's one that went in there, and there's one that took off that way. So far I've seen 4 of them. 4 black cats and one at the other one. Okay, so we're up to 12. So I'm back to where it was before I went to Lemoore. So all that time was for naught. And if Lemoore had any chargers, I wouldn't have to come all the way back to Hanford. Okay, so 13, 14, 15, 16. So 4 more kilowatts. And so that should be about 20 minutes, I would say. Oh, wait, this thing is still searching. Let's see if it's working already. Okay, got 74.3. Yeah, because it's got 5 kilowatts. Okay, so let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Also, I think I need to replace my 12-volt battery. I think for sure I need to replace that 12-volt battery. So let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Let me guess. It's going to be 2.22 trillion, and it's going to be Bitcoin is sitting at 69.8, 71, pretty close. It's taking off up high. up 11% in just a matter of hours. So it's at, I said 2.2, it's actually 2.3, so I'm off by like 150 billion. And that might, it's possible that was the bottom. It's possible, you know. But my prediction is it's not. It's going to go sideways for a month, 30 days, and then it's going to take another dive, about 15%. Then, anytime within like between now and Christmas, it will start to go towards a new high. And hopefully that'll be 150,000. But Bitcoin Magazine, I don't know if you know about Bitcoin Magazine. There's a place online called Bitcoin Magazine. They're saying that it's going not to 150,000. They're saying it's going to 1 million. Okay. So that should be soon. Wow. This whole thing is solar panels. I didn't know that. Yeah, this whole ceiling is all, so all these chargers are solar. I didn't know that. That's crazy. This whole gigantic carport is all freaking solar panels. Okay, so I should be here about, we're up to 57 miles right there. So let me see what my leaf spy says. Let me see, where's my leaf spy? So anybody got money in the Bitcoin? You can see there, see that number right there? That means everybody freaking bailed. So all these people, you know, you figure they're getting in with 10,000, 100,000. And then they freaking bail after they lose half of their money. Like 100, they get in with 100,000, it goes down to 50,000, and then they freaking bail. That's what that number right there means. That means they all freaking bailed. 90% of them. Can you believe that? So message retracted. Ali 7, I'd ban you right now, but I don't know what you said, so I'll keep an eye on you. Okay, so yeah, I was gonna check my yeah, we're up to 71. See there? 71 and climbing. Okay, so let me see here. Doge is on a tear too. Solana's on a tear. ETH is on a tear. They're all went up 12% in a matter of hours. Now the question is, are they going to keep going up? That'd be nice if they do. Okay, so let me see what my Leaf Spy is saying. Okay, Leaf Spy says we're at 12 kilowatts, which is 48 miles. So theoretically, I could make it, since it's only 40 miles there. And my gauge on the car says that I got 57 miles, but my Leaf Spy says I got 45 miles. And this one shows me how many kilowatts. And I know I get about 4 miles per kilowatt. So that's showing me I got 44 miles, right? So theoretically I could make it home right now, but I ain't taking no chances. And so I'm going to bring it up another 4 kilowatts, which will give me an extra 16 miles. And I'm not going to try to make it up the hill to where I could come back down and recharge, juice up at 5,000 watts for free, because it takes too much to make it to the top of the hill, and I could run out of juice going up the hill. But if I was in Lemoore, I could have gone straight. I could have gone straight up the hill, straight down to the charger, charge at 5,000 kilowatts for free. But these freaking clowns, I told you, there's either a bitch or a freaking prick, one or the other, who's messing around with shit on the computer, doing this bullshit. So it is what it is. Maybe next time, maybe it's good, because if there was nobody there, I probably would have pulled right up to the fast charger. And maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe it's better to stay the way it's been. They never used the fast charger on this car. Never. I'm the only one who's charged it up with the fast charger. So far, it's only been charged on fast charger 5 times. And that was me that fast charged it. So hell, if it's been charged up 3,600 times, why rock the boat? So I just keep charging on these 5,000 watts, which is actually pretty fast. But when you're sitting in your car, it seems tedious, but it's pretty cool because it takes you off of your mundane robot zombie things, right? Now you're doing something different, and you're using your thinking, doing calculations and stuff, so it gets your networks firing back up that were dormant from just doing your usual routine, going up there and feeding the beast, feeding the pollution with gasoline. So there are some bumper stickers that say 100% electric. I plan on putting either magnetic signs, because magnetic signs aren't too expensive, to show the people, to let the people know that this vehicle is running on electricity. A lot of people don't know. They don't have a clue. But there are some bumper stickers. I wanted to get a bumper sticker that says, "Just say no to gasoline." They have one that says, "Just say no" or something. I forget what it is. And then they have the, like the no bozo symbol. It has that, and it has a drop of oil on it. So they're about, I think you get 3 of them for $17. So I might be getting some of those pretty soon. Some bumper stickers, letting the people know that this car is running on electricity. Okay, because right now the only ones that they know that are running on electricity are the Tesla. All the Teslas look identical. You can tell in a Tesla. But the other cars that are getting ready to come into Canada, they all look different. Every one of them's different. Even though in a way, they all look kind of the same. They all look like SUVs, right? SUVs or sedans. In the old days, you can tell, each car looked completely 100% different. The colors were different. I mean, you could spot them out. You can spot them out in the crowd. I was just seeing some old pictures of people. Look at this cat right there. I was seeing some pictures of people posting pictures of, back from the 70s, 1978, 74. You see that cat right there? Is he sleeping or? That's not a very good place for the cat to be sleeping, huh? Wake up, kitty. Hey. It's fast asleep, not even moving. I'll keep an eye on it. But let me zoom in on it so you can see. You see that cat right there? It's black. It's right underneath that car. And that car is a Toyota. A station wagon Toyota. Kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. That cat is fast asleep, huh? It must have been up all night fighting or something. Doing the alley cat. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Why would it be underneath the car like that? I'll wake it up before I leave, so that it's not right there. Because that lady could come out and you can tell she's even got her window rolled down, I think. Yeah, so this one's saying 60 miles, but my Leaf Spy is saying 47 miles. So another 10 minutes, I'm ready to get on out of here. But now I got to go back to the store to get the bread. I'm thinking just take off and go through Huron and juice up a little bit in Huron. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll wake this cat up. Yeah, now you can. Yeah, he moved. Hey, kitty. So I'll just turn this off because I'm only going to be here for like 10 more minutes. And I think I can make it with that. But theoretically, it should be 54. Yeah, so we're 13, 14, 15, 16, only 3 more kilowatts. I think I'll just go ahead and let it fill up. And then I'll get over there and get the bread and get out of here. But that's messed up. That lady in Walmart, that's what she's there for when people forget to take something. They're supposed to remind you. That's why they have a line before you leave the store. The dude who checks your receipt, so that if you forget anything, by this time the lady can come and tell you, you forgot this. But they're freaking clowns in here. So, there's people who's check that kind of stuff, so they need to check that, because that's bullshit. Right? There's no reason to be doing that kind of crap. That's just being a devil. That's freaking straight freaking bullcrap. What the hell's wrong with these people? All right, so talk to you later, maybe tonight.